Hey folks, did you Vixen back again for another Reckless reaction? I'm gonna do another episode of Naruto. If you remember last time, we got introduced to our main character Naruto Uzumaki. He is a kid in the village hidden in the leaves. It's a ninja village, and he's going to a ninja academy to learn how to be a ninja. Um, but he's not a very good student. He's a bit of a troublemaker. Very typical of anime, um, where you kind of have the troublemaker of the group who's really kind of the hero, ends up being the hero of the story. So we find out that when he was a baby, he was sealed with this demon fox that attacked his village, um, by the Hokage, which was like the top ninja champion guy that was the protector of the village that kind of ran things for the village as far as ninjas go. Um, so he was sealed with this, and everybody knew about it except him because it was kind of like a taboo topic. But he finds out through this other ninja that wants this scroll, this like super secret scroll that has like village secrets in it. And he wants it for himself. Mizuki wants this scroll for himself. So he tricks Naruto, who failed the final test, to steal the scroll. But like Naruto opens the scroll and learns a fancier version of the clone jutsu, which is like making a mirror image of yourself. Um, but like he couldn't do it. Like his were always like he either couldn't formulate one at all, or like in this episode, like it was his third try, and all he could do was like kind of like this, like useless. It wasn't even fully formed thing. He was just kind of like this uh, dead puppet form of himself. It's like he couldn't even like do a full physical mirror image of himself. Like a bad lazy drawing of like a sloth version of like if he were like out of power. So but he took the scroll and learned how to do like a clone that was like physical, like regular clones. If you touch them, they dissipate, they turn into smoke. Um, but like apparently with this technique, the shadow clone, like it's physical, like you can touch it and it won't dissipate. So he somehow learned this, like he'd spent all night learning this, but because of the danger of the scroll had other stuff in it, other scroll secrets for the village that were solely for that village, that if it got into like bad hands like Mizuki's, it would cause problems. It'd be a real danger, and it had apparently had something in it that could actually break the seal that was on Naruto that had the demon fox in it. And if the demon fox came out again, it would be a really big problem because I guess at this point, they don't have a way to deal with it. Because during the sealing process, I guess the person that sealed him in the first place died or whatever, um, and took the secret with him to his grave. So they don't know how to deal with it. They won't be able to reseal the fox or defeat the fox. So that's inside of Naruto. So anyway, like we leave off, Zuki gets defeated by Naruto, who did all these like shadow clones and basically beat him up, and that's how he graduates. Because he learned the advanced techniques, so Mizuki wasn't really lying about that part. Um, because he did manage to make clones, and they weren't just any clones; they were shadow clones. So it was like a more advanced technique. So Iruka passed him, even though it wasn't like an official exam, because he's like the the teacher, he gets to decide who becomes a ninja and who doesn't, I guess. So the story leaves off there. He gets his headband from Iruka. Iruka gives him his headband. I guess you can always get like more if you're already a ninja. So recognized as one. So that's where we leave off, and let's continue on, see what happens next. Maybe we'll find out what happens to Mizuki, what's going to happen to Naruto now that he's graduated, um, and see where the story goes. Oh, oops! Don't click that. I almost ended the stream. I want to start the episode, which is in a different tab. Uh, the episode name is My Name is Konohamaru. Huh. So maybe we'll get introduced to a new character, I guess. Like we already know like a couple characters. We know Naruto Uzumaki. He's the main character. Um, Iruka, which is like the teacher. The third Hokage, who's like kind of like the village leader for right now, because the fourth Hokage died. He's the one who sealed the demon fox inside Naruto when he was a baby. And I guess we get uh, Sakura Haruno, who's like this girl in his class. I guess girls can become ninjas. That's cool. And then Sasuke Uchiha, who seems kind of like the cool character. Um, and you got Mizuki, who's the bad guy, who got defeated in the last episode. So I guess Konohamaru is going to be like a new character. Maybe it's a I don't know. Maybe it's his next teacher or like. Hmm, a photograph, graduation photograph. It's got like a bunch of. Uh, it's got some geeky little squeaky voice. I guess. 3 hours to put on that face paint. What? I guess. Oh, sexy jutsu again. Oh, I guess the Hokage is a bit of a pervert too. Mm-hmm. Hmm? Who's this little pipsqueak? Bah! He trips. Oh, ow. Oh, headache. Oh, it's like. Oh, huh. Oh, wow. You just had a kid. What an idiot. 20th sneak attack? Oh, man. What the fuck are you doing, kid? Hiding under a cloth? What the hell are you doing, child? It's not even the right way. What? Boss? What? Blue. Catcher. Nah. Physiology. Hmm. Just reading it off a scroll. Okay. Go. Transformer. What the fuck? No. Ouch. What? So they're gonna look at porno mags, swimsuit mags. No. Ah. What? Huh. Sexy. Still kind of chumpy. Learning the sexy juicy. So who's this dickhead? Joan. Okay. So he's like supposed to be like a high level, but he loses a couple kids. Like whatever. Pretty big. Vending. They have vending machines. Huh. 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 Oh, challenge. Challenging a little kid. What's wrong with you, Naruto? I mean, I get you. You're trying to teach him that it's going to take a lot more than just. Oh, it's Iruka. Hmm. 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 So you wanted to be a hero. Huh. 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 So basically racism in a way. Hmm. This jerk face. Oh, he mastered the sexy jutsu? Yeah. Wow. He pulled out his shadow clones. Got about like 20 of them this time. What? He did a bunch of sexy jutsu? Uh, I guess, power in numbers? Harem jutsu? No. Hmm. Wow. I think I'm actually gonna cry. Like, Naruto's, hard work, sweat, and tears, man. What? You're just a kid. He's a teen. Aw, he called him by his name. Aw. Even though Naruto's a troublemaker and he does like kind of weird pervy things, like he's not a bad kid. He's got a good heart. Aw. So that was pretty interesting. We get to meet Konohamaru, who's the third Hokage's grandson, uh, who also is kind of ostracized in his own way. Um, Naruto's ostracized because he's got the nine-tailed fox in him, and people see him as the reincarnation of the fox itself, or just like fear that the spirit will uh, come out and wreak havoc again. So they fear and hate him because of that. But the villagers also kind of like are a little bit cold to Konohamaru because like they see Konohamaru by his title rather than a person. They see him as, oh, honorable grandson. We're not going to mess with you. We're gonna, just like, you know, treat him with kid gloves and like kind of like don't see him as a person. See him as who he relates to. And so Naruto and Konohamaru formed this bond over the fact that they're not really seen as real people. They're just seen as their designation. They're Naruto's seen as a demon. Konohamaru's seen as just the grandson of the Hokage, like the third Hokage. So so they bond over that, and Naruto teaches him one of his silly little pervy jutsus. Basically, Naruto transforms into like this curvy, like naked version of himself, but if he were a girl, like a girl version of himself, basically. Basically to knock out like males that like it was like basically like the dudes are like oh wow, so sexy, I get knocked out by the beauty of this person. So like it's kind of a cheap technique. It probably would only work on like the weakest ninjas, but despite this one ninja that's like supposed to be kind of like Konohamaru's tutor is susceptible to it, and apparently the Hokage says he's kind of susceptible to it as well. And of course, Iruka's susceptible to it. So it's just an interesting thing. It's kind of silly, um, you know, adult theme-ish, but it's done in a humorous way. So I don't really mind it, and they don't really show anything because everything's covered in clouds or smoke or whatever that they use. So I think I'll just do one more because this is just kind of like the setup for the series, getting to learn the characters and their role in the story. So I'll do one more, and I'll be back in a little bit in the stream. Bye.